Hey everybody, this is Dr. Osborne. So the other day I was actually reading Catcher in the Rye, and a quote just caught my attention. And I really don't know how I actually missed it the first time. And I missed Holden Caulfield saying, I thought if a body catch a body, I said, anyways, I just keep picturing all these things, all these little kids playing some game in this big field of rye, and a big field of rye and all, and thousands of little kids, and nobody's around, nobody big, I mean, except me. And I'm standing on the edge of some crazy cliff, and what I have to do is I have to catch everybody. Because if they go over the cliff, I mean, if they're running and they don't look where they're going, well, I have to do something. I have to come out from somewhere and to catch them. Well, that's all I do all day, and I just be the catcher in the rye. I know it's crazy, but that's the only thing that I'd really like to be. I know it's crazy. I know it's crazy, and that's sometimes how I feel. I know it's crazy, but then it also reminds me of another famous poem by Joseph Malins that was written in 1895, which is the same year that the chiropractic profession was actually formed. And when he wrote this, it was called The Ambulance in the Valley Down Below. And I'm going to try to recite it to you, but it sounds something like this. "'Twas a dangerous cliff, as they freely confess, though to walk near its crest was so pleasant. But over its terrible edge there had slipped a duke and a full many a peasant. So the people said something would have to be done, but their projects did not at all tally. And some said, put a fence round the edge of the cliff. Some, an ambulance down in the valley." Well, as you can see where this is going, but the cry for the ambulance carried the day, for it spread through the neighboring towns or neighboring city. A fence may be useful or not, it is true, but each heart became full of pity for those who slipped over the dangerous cliffs, and think of all the people that are dying in our system, and the dwellers in the highway and alley. They gave pounds and gave pence, but to put up a fence, but not an ambulance down in the valley. What do you think drugs are? They're just a fence. For the cliff is all right if you're careful, they say. Just don't get sick. And if folks even slip and are dropping, it isn't the slipping that hurts them so much as, get ready for this, as the shock down below when they're stopping. What is stopping? So day after day, all these mishaps occurred. Quick forth would those rescuers sally. That's our healthcare system. Will just rescue you to pick up the victims who fell off the cliff, but they with their ambulance that is down in the valley. One day, it was an old sage, and he remarked, maybe it was a chiropractor, "It's a marvel to me that people give far more attention to repairing the results and to stopping the cause when they much better aim at prevention. So let us stop all its sources in this mischief," he cried. "Stop it! Come, neighbors, friends, let us rally. So if the cliff we will fence, we might almost dispense. And with the ambulance down in the valley," meaning that if we don't get sick, if we stay healthy, there is no need for an ambulance. So, "Oh, he's a fanatic," the others rejoiced. "Dispense with the ambulance? Never. Well, he dispensed with all the charities too, if he could. No, no, no. We'll support him forever." We got to keep our healthcare system going the way it is. Aren't we picking up folks just as fast as they fall? And shall this man dictate to us? Shall he? Why should people of sense stop to put up a fence? Why, when there's an ambulance that works just fine down in the valley? But the sensible few who are practical too, who are you? You're the people that are in our office, will not bear with such nonsense much longer. That's right. See, the thing is that they believe that prevention is better than cure, and their party will soon be that stronger. Encourage them then with your purse and voice, and pen. And while other philanthropies dally, they will scorn all pretense and put up a stout fence on the cliff that hangs over the valley. That's what this is all about. That's why I'm taking the time to share with you, because better to guide the well young than to reclaim them when old. For the voice of true wisdom is calling. To rescue the fallen is good, but 'tis best to prevent other people from falling. It's better close up the source of temptation, to close up the source of temptation and crime, than deliver from dungeon or galley. It's better to put up a strong fence around the top of the cliff than to have an ambulance down, guess where? In the valley. And so that's really what I want to remind you right now, is that where are we? Where is our health care? How do we approach life? Are we waiting till we're in a crisis and waiting for that ambulance to be down in the valley? Or are we going to put up a strong fence? And we call it, and the strong fence has 5 posts, 5 essential fence posts. We have our max mind, we have our maximized function through our properly functioning nervous system. We have maximized nutrition, we have maximized lean muscle mass and oxygenation. And we also have minimizing toxicity. And so you really have to look at, is your healthcare approach to the ambulance in the valley or putting up a fence? And people might think you're a little fanatical at times. And what I ask you is to just be of common sense and to be a wise old sage and to make better decisions, because it's not just about you, about your friends and your family. And so as we go into this next month, this is the year, the season of giving, the season of loving, the season of family. What I'm going to ask you to do is to look at the people that have fallen in the valley and let's help pull them up. But I'm also actually going to ask you to be a fence builder. And so I just want to thank you for your time in watching this. Have a blessed day and go build a fence today.